Are you over 60 and feeling weaker than you used to? Do you find yourself struggling with simple tasks that once felt effortless? What if I told you that the healthy breakfast you're eating every morning might actually be the very thing destroying your muscles? In this video, I'm going to reveal the common breakfast foods that are secretly accelerating muscle loss and, more importantly, share the powerful alternatives you can start eating tomorrow morning to reverse this process and reclaim your strength. Hi, I'm Dr. Hillman from the Senior Food Blog. Today, we're tackling a silent epidemic affecting millions of seniors: age-related muscle loss. Many people over 60 tell me they feel like their body is betraying them. They're losing strength, their balance feels off, and they worry about their independence. They try to eat healthy, choosing foods they believe are good for them, yet they continue to get weaker. I had a patient, let's call him Robert, a 68-year-old retired teacher who loved gardening. He came to me utterly defeated. "Dr. Hillman," he said, "I used to spend hours in my garden, lifting bags of soil, kneeling for long periods. Now just getting up from a chair feels like a monumental effort. I eat a healthy breakfast every day: oatmeal, fruit, a glass of juice. Why am I wasting away?" Robert's story is incredibly common, and his frustration is completely understandable. He was doing what he thought was right, but he was missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. The problem wasn't just about eating healthy. It was about eating the right kind of healthy at the right time. What he was eating for breakfast was actually sabotaging his body's ability to repair and build muscle, leading him down a path of accelerated decline. The key isn't just avoiding bad foods. It's understanding that for seniors, the very definition of a good breakfast needs to change. What Robert, and perhaps you, are experiencing is a condition called sarcopenia. It's a term that sounds complex, but it simply describes the natural process of muscle loss that accelerates as we age. For those of us over 60, our muscles can begin to get smaller and weaker, with muscle mass disappearing faster than our bodies can rebuild it. You might notice it when you can't open a tight jar, or when carrying a bag of groceries from the car feels like a workout. It's the reason climbing a flight of stairs can leave you breathless, and why your balance might feel less steady than it used to. This isn't just a matter of feeling less athletic. It's a direct threat to our quality of life and our ability to live independently. The severity of this muscle loss can be shocking. Alarming new research has shown that if left unchecked, seniors can lose a staggering amount of their muscle mass, up to 40% each and every year. Imagine losing nearly half of your strength in just 1 year. That's the devastating reality for many who don't take proactive steps. This rapid deterioration makes everyday life a constant challenge. Simple, once thoughtless actions like getting out of bed, rising from a comfortable armchair, or even just walking across a room with confidence become difficult and sometimes dangerous. The risk of falls, fractures, and the loss of independence increases dramatically. It's a frightening downward spiral, but it is not an inevitable fate. Understanding the mechanism behind this loss is the first step toward reversing it. To understand how to fight sarcopenia, we first need to understand how our muscles work. It's a fascinating process of breakdown and repair. Every night while you sleep, your body is hard at work, but not in the way you might think. Your muscles undergo a natural process where they break down and develop microscopic tears. This might sound like a bad thing, but it's actually the first step in getting stronger. When you wake up, your body senses this minor damage. It's like a tiny alarm bell going off. In response, it sends a team of specialized healing cells to the site of these microtears. Their job is to patch up the damage and, in the process, rebuild the muscle fibers to be even thicker and stronger than before. This brilliant biological process is called adaptation, and it's how we build and maintain our strength throughout life. This brings us to the most critical part of the entire process: breakfast. The morning meal is not just about silencing a rumbling stomach. It is the single most important moment for muscle repair. Think of your muscles after a night's sleep as a construction site ready for rebuilding. The healing cells are the construction workers, but they can't do their job without materials. They need the right fuel, the essential building blocks, to repair those tears and make your muscles stronger. This is where breakfast comes in. The food you eat in the morning provides those vital building blocks. Most of this crucial rebuilding and repair process happens in the hours right after you eat your first meal of the day. If you provide the right fuel, your muscles repair, grow, and you become stronger. However, if you eat the wrong foods, you are essentially starving your construction crew. You're robbing your muscles of the very gains they are trying to make. And instead of building strength, you accelerate the process of sarcopenia. This is why what you eat for breakfast can literally make or break your strength, your mobility, and your future independence. By simply eliminating the foods that are destroying your muscles and adding in the ones that build them, you can kickstart this repair process, feel dramatically stronger, and transform your life, potentially feeling as vibrant and capable as you did at 40. If you're over 60, there's a silent disease that could be robbing you of your strength, independence, and even your life. It's called sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass, and it's not just about looking frail. It's a direct predictor of falls, fractures, and a shorter lifespan. But what if I told you that the very breakfast you think is healthy could be accelerating this muscle decay? What if the foods you've then been told are good for you are actually forcing your body to eat its own muscle tissue for fuel? I remember a client of mine, a 72-year-old man named Robert. He was a retired engineer, sharp as a tack, who loved gardening and playing with his grandkids. But over the last few years, he felt a creeping weakness. He couldn't lift the bags of potting soil like he used to. He felt unsteady on his feet, and one day, a simple trip over a garden hose resulted in a fractured hip. His doctor told him it was just getting old, but Robert felt like his body was betraying him. He was eating what he thought was a perfect breakfast, a bowl of oatmeal with skim milk and a cup of black coffee. He was trying to stay lean, avoid fat, and get a good start to his day. Yet, he was getting weaker and weaker. The very meal he trusted to keep him healthy was, in fact, silently destroying his muscles from the inside out. His story is tragically common, but the good news is, it's reversible. The key isn't just about adding one magic food. It's about first eliminating the hidden muscle destroyers from your plate. Today, I'm going to expose the 4 biggest breakfast mistakes that are forcing your body into a state of muscle cannibalism, where it literally eats itself to survive. And once you understand what to avoid, I'll reveal the one simple, powerful food you can add to your breakfast to start reversing muscle loss immediately. Stay with me because what I'm about to share could be the most important health information you hear all year. Let's start with what most people reach for first thing in the morning: a cup of coffee. On an empty stomach, this seemingly innocent ritual is a catastrophe for your muscles. The moment that hot black liquid hits your empty gut, it triggers a massive emergency-level surge of the stress hormone cortisol. Think of cortisol as your body's fight or flight alarm bell. When it rings this loud, your body goes into full-blown survival mode. It doesn't care about building or maintaining muscle. Its only priority is immediate, fast-burning energy. And where does it get that energy? It starts breaking down your precious muscle tissue, converting it into glucose for a quick fuel source. But the damage doesn't stop there. This cortisol surge also acts like a roadblock for a critical muscle-building hormone called IGF-1 for up to 6 hours. After that single cup of fasted coffee, your body's ability to build new muscle is completely blocked. You could eat a perfect, high-protein lunch, but those nutrients will be wasted because the hormonal environment in your body is hostile to muscle growth. It's like trying to build a house in the middle of a hurricane. A shocking study on seniors confirmed this devastating effect, revealing that those who drank coffee on an empty stomach lost a staggering 22% more muscle mass over time compared to those who ate first. That morning cup isn't waking you up. It's actively weakening you. Next on the list are the classic American breakfast proteins, processed meats. I'm talking about bacon, sausage, and deli ham. These foods are loaded with preservatives like nitrates and nitrites. While they keep the meat from spoiling, the moment they enter your stomach's acidic environment, they convert into highly toxic inflammatory compounds called nitrosamines. Imagine pouring acid on your muscle fibers. That's the kind of damage these nitrosamines inflict. They cause massive, system-wide inflammation that directly triggers the breakdown of your muscle tissue. It gets worse. These compounds attack the very power plants of your muscle cells, the mitochondria. When your mitochondria are damaged, your muscles can't produce the energy they need to function, repair, and grow. It's like cutting the power line to a factory. On top of that, this damage unleashes a flood of free radicals, unstable molecules that ricochet around your body, continuously destroying healthy muscle tissue long after your breakfast is over. A landmark study highlighted the severity of this issue. Seniors who ate processed meats for breakfast just 4 times a week experienced a shocking 33% more muscle deterioration. You're not just eating breakfast. You're ingesting a poison that methodically dismantles your strength. Now, let us talk about a breakfast combination that millions believe is the pinnacle of health. A bowl of oatmeal with skim milk. This is the exact breakfast my client Robert was eating, and it was a primary driver of his muscle loss. The problem starts with the skim milk. When you remove the fat from milk, you're also removing the essential delivery system for crucial fat-soluble vitamins, vitamins A, D, E, and K. These vitamins are absolutely non-negotiable for muscle health, hormone production, and nutrient absorption. Without the fat, your body simply cannot absorb them. You might as well be pouring them down the drain. Furthermore, the high-heat processing used to create skim milk denatures the proteins, creating an incomplete and difficult-to-digest protein structure. To make sense of these mangled proteins, your body is forced to pull vital minerals, specifically calcium and magnesium, directly from your own tissues, including your bones and muscles. Your body is literally cannibalizing its own muscle structure just to digest your healthy breakfast. This combination of oatmeal and skim milk is a textbook recipe for something called nutrient malabsorption syndrome. A study on seniors found that those eating this combination daily lost 29% more muscle mass compared to those who used whole milk or avoided dairy altogether. The very meal you think is nourishing you is actually starving your muscles of the building blocks they desperately need. Finally, we come to refined cereals, even the ones marketed as high fiber or heart healthy, like Raisin Bran. These cereals are a disaster for muscle preservation. First, they are made from grains that have been stripped of their most nutritious parts, leaving behind what amounts to a starchy, sugary powder. The protein they contain is incomplete, meaning it's missing critical amino acids like leucine, lysine, and methionine. These amino acids are the master builders for muscle tissue. Without a complete set, your body can't construct new muscle. In fact, it does the opposite. Faced with a shortage of these essential building blocks, your muscles go into a panic mode and begin to break down existing muscle tissue to harvest the amino acids they need to survive. It's another brutal form of self-cannibalism. To make matters even worse, these refined grains are packed with anti-nutrients, specifically phytates and lectins. These compounds act like tiny sponges that bind to the amino acids from other foods you eat later in the day. So that high-quality chicken or fish you have for lunch? The anti-nutrients from your morning cereal will grab onto the amino acids from that meal and flush them out of your body as waste before they can ever be used to build muscle. You're essentially paying for premium fuel and then pouring it on the ground. A study on seniors who ate refined cereals daily found they suffered from what researchers called protein starvation syndrome, experiencing 37% more muscle deterioration. They were eating, but their muscles were starving. Now that you know what to avoid, you're probably wondering, what should I be eating? What is the one powerful food that can turn this entire situation around? The answer is simple: whole eggs. Not egg whites, but whole eggs, including the yolk. For decades, we were lied to about dietary cholesterol and fat, causing millions to discard the most nutritious part of the egg. The yolk is a powerhouse of everything your aging muscles crave. It contains a perfect, complete protein profile with a full spectrum of amino acids, including a high dose of leucine, the single most important amino acid for triggering muscle protein synthesis. But the magic is in the synergy between the yolk and the white. The yolk is also rich in healthy fats and cholesterol, which are the fundamental building blocks for your muscle-building hormones like testosterone. It's loaded with choline for nerve function and those fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K that we discussed earlier. The fat in the yolk is the natural, God-given delivery system that ensures these vitamins get absorbed and put to work repairing and building your muscles. Swapping out your muscle-destroying breakfast for 2 or 3 whole eggs can flip the switch from muscle breakdown to muscle building almost overnight. It gives your body the complete set of tools it needs to reverse sarcopenia and reclaim your strength. But just adding eggs isn't the full picture. Robert, my client, started by eliminating the coffee, the oatmeal, and the skim milk. He replaced it with 3 whole eggs cooked in a little butter, alongside some spinach and avocado. The change was remarkable. Within a few weeks, he felt a new sense of stability and power. But he wanted more. He wanted to rebuild the strength he had lost over the past decade. That's when I introduced him to a specific system, a protocol that combines the right foods with simple, targeted movements that can be done from home. This system is designed to reactivate the dormant muscle-building machinery in people over 60. This isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. It's about being able to lift your groceries, play with your grandkids without fear, and live independently and confidently for the rest of your life. It's about reversing the clock on muscle aging. And it all starts with what you do in the first 30 minutes of your day. So what is this protocol? How can you combine the power of a muscle-building breakfast with simple movements to accelerate your results and truly reverse age-related muscle loss? There's a specific method to this, and I've laid it all out in a special presentation. Click the link below to discover the step system that Robert used to not only stop his muscle loss, but to build new, functional strength, shocking his doctors and transforming his life. Don't let another day go by where your breakfast is making you weaker. What if I told you that you could turn back the clock on your muscles, making them stronger and more resilient, simply by changing what you eat for breakfast? It sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? That's what a gentleman named Robert thought. At 68, Robert felt the creeping effects of muscle loss every single day. Simple tasks like carrying groceries, playing with his grandkids, or even getting up from his favorite armchair had become a struggle. He felt his independence slipping away, and with it, his confidence. His doctor told him it was just a normal part of aging, something called sarcopenia, and he should just accept it. But Robert wasn't ready to accept a life of weakness and frailty. He remembered his father, who had spent his final years confined to a chair, unable to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Robert was determined to find a different path. He started researching, digging through medical journals and studies, looking for a real solution. That's when he stumbled upon a wealth of information about how specific foods, especially when eaten for breakfast, could dramatically impact muscle health in older adults. He decided to put it to the test, focusing on adding a few key powerful foods to his morning routine. The change wasn't overnight, but within a few weeks he felt a spark. After a few months, the difference was undeniable. He wasn't just stopping the decline. He was reversing it. He was stronger, had more energy, and most importantly, he had reclaimed his life. The secret Robert discovered is something modern science is now confirming. You have the power to fight back against age-related muscle loss. It's not about grueling workouts or expensive supplements. It's about giving your body the right fuel at the right time. Today, I'm going to share with you the exact same scientifically proven breakfast foods that Robert used. These aren't just random health foods. These are muscle-building powerhouses, each with a unique ability to signal your body to repair, rebuild, and restore the strength you thought you had lost forever. Let's start with a true breakfast champion, plain Greek yogurt. Now I'm not talking about the sugary, fruit-flavored kind. For maximum muscle-building benefits, it must be plain, full-fat Greek yogurt. A single 1-cup serving is a powerhouse, delivering around 20 grams of high-quality complete protein. That's double the amount you'd find in regular yogurt. This is crucial because, as we age, our bodies require more protein to stimulate muscle growth, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. But it's not just about the quantity of protein. It's about the quality. Greek yogurt is packed with a special amino acid called leucine, often referred to as the master amino acid. Imagine a light switch for muscle building in your body. Leucine is the hand that flips that switch on. Each serving of Greek yogurt contains about 2.5 grams of leucine, which is the precise amount needed to trigger this muscle-building signal. Furthermore, it uniquely contains both whey and casein proteins. Whey is a fast-acting protein that gets to your muscles quickly after you eat, providing an immediate boost for repair. Casein, on the other hand, is slow digesting, releasing amino acids gradually over several hours. This combination gives you both an immediate and a sustained muscle-building effect, making it perfect for breakfast. The full fat aspect is also non-negotiable, as the healthy fat is essential for absorbing fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin D, which plays its own critical role in muscle function. A study published in the Frontiers in Nutrition journal found that seniors who incorporated protein-rich foods like Greek yogurt into their diet gained an average of 18% more lean muscle mass compared to those who didn't. Next on our list is perhaps the most perfect food in nature, the whole egg. For decades, eggs, particularly the yolks, were unfairly demonized. Thankfully, science has set the record straight. Whole eggs are considered the gold standard of protein. They contain all 9 essential amino acids in the perfect proportions for the human body, making them a complete protein. They have the highest biological value of any food, which is a measure of how efficiently your body can use the protein it consumes. With eggs, that value is an incredible 94%, meaning almost all the protein you eat is used directly for functions like building and repairing muscle tissue. The magic, however, is not just in the egg white. You must eat the whole egg. The yolk contains nearly half of the total protein, along with a host of vital nutrients you can't get from the white alone. Most importantly, the yolk is one of the few natural food sources of vitamin D. Research has shown that vitamin D is crucial for muscle health, as it helps your muscle cells absorb more protein and grow stronger. Without enough vitamin D, your muscles simply can't function at their best. In one landmark study, participants who consumed whole eggs after a workout saw a 24% greater increase in muscle protein synthesis compared to those who consumed only egg whites with the same amount of protein. The nutrients in the yolk work synergistically with the protein to amplify the muscle-building effect. Our third food might surprise you: the avocado. While not a protein source itself, avocado is a crucial partner to protein. Think of it as the ultimate delivery system for all those muscle-building nutrients. Avocados are rich in healthy monounsaturated fats. These fats are not only good for your heart, but they also help your body absorb the amino acids from the protein you eat alongside them. In fact, studies have shown that adding avocado to a meal can enhance the absorption of amino acids by up to 40%. This means you get significantly more muscle-building power from the same amount of protein. But that's not all. Avocados are also packed with potassium, even more than bananas. Potassium is an essential electrolyte that plays a vital role in preventing muscle cramps and ensuring your muscles can contract properly. Low potassium levels can lead to weakness and fatigue, hindering your ability to stay active. Furthermore, the healthy fats in avocados trigger the production of key muscle-building hormones, including testosterone and growth hormone, both of which decline with age but are critical for maintaining muscle mass. As a bonus, avocados contain a powerful antioxidant called glutathione, which helps protect your muscle cells from the damage caused by exercise and daily stress. So, adding a few slices of avocado to your eggs or spreading it on whole grain toast alongside a protein source is a brilliant strategy to maximize your breakfast's muscle-building potential. Of course, we can't talk about protein without mentioning lean meats like turkey and chicken breast. These are the most concentrated sources of complete, high-quality protein you can find. A single 4-ounce serving can provide up to 35 grams of protein, easily meeting your morning muscle-building needs. This high concentration is particularly beneficial for older adults who may have smaller appetites, but need to maximize their protein intake in every meal. Lean meats also offer a powerful 1-2 punch of other muscle-boosting compounds. They are a natural source of creatine, a substance famous in the fitness world for its ability to increase muscle power and strength by helping your muscles produce energy during short, intense efforts. They are also rich in B vitamins, which are the unsung heroes of your metabolism. B vitamins act as catalysts, helping your body efficiently convert the protein you eat into new muscle tissue. Most importantly, lean meats boast an incredibly high leucine content, with some servings providing up to 3.5 grams. This potent dose of the master amino acid sends the strongest possible signal to your body to switch on muscle protein synthesis. The results speak for themselves. One study involving seniors on a high-protein diet including lean meats found they gained an average of 3.1 pounds of lean muscle mass and saw a remarkable 31% improvement in muscle strength over just a few months. Last but certainly not least, let's turn to the wisdom of traditional medicine, which has been validated by modern science: nuts and seeds. For centuries, Chinese traditional doctors have recommended specific nuts and seeds for their older patients to maintain vitality and strength. Today, we understand the science behind this ancient practice. Nuts and seeds provide a fantastic combination of plant-based protein, healthy fats, and crucial minerals that create the perfect environment for muscle growth. The healthy fats, particularly the omega-3 south found in walnuts and flax seeds, are powerful anti-inflammatories. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a hallmark of aging and a major enemy of muscle growth, as it promotes muscle breakdown. By reducing this inflammation, you create a more anabolic or muscle-building environment in your body. Furthermore, nuts and seeds are rich in minerals like magnesium and zinc. These aren't just passive elements. They are activators. Magnesium and zinc are directly involved in activating over 300 different enzymes in your body, many of which are essential for the process of synthesizing new muscle protein. A study focusing on seniors found that incorporating these nutrient-dense foods led to a 22% increase in muscle protein synthesis rates and also helped reduce muscle soreness after activity. The recommended dose for the optimal ratio of healthy fats is simple. Combine about 1 ounce of mixed nuts with 1 teaspoon of seeds, and sprinkle them over your Greek yogurt or oatmeal for a powerful, muscle-building crunch. As you can see, rebuilding your strength and reversing muscle loss is not a mystery locked away in a lab. It's accessible to you every single morning on your breakfast plate. By strategically incorporating these 5 foods plain, Greek yogurt, whole eggs, avocado, lean meats, and nuts and seeds, you are giving your body the powerful, scientifically proven tools it needs to fight back against sarcopenia and reclaim the strong, active, and independent life you deserve. I hope you found this information helpful and empowering. These aren't just dietary tips. They are a blueprint for a stronger future. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up to let me know. Share it with a friend or family member who could benefit from this knowledge. And don't forget to comment below with your own favorite muscle-building breakfast ideas. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on more tips to help you live your healthiest, strongest life.